So the final four teams of the college football playoffs have been announced, and I think that this is a complete travesty and a complete disgrace to the sports. As you look at the rankings here, number one, Michigan, 13-0, undefeated, no surprise. Number two, Washington, also 13-0, no surprise there. Number three is Texas at 12-1. Number four, Alabama, 12-1. Five, Florida State, 13-0. Georgia, number six, at 12-1. Now, do you see the glaring difference in the top five teams? The top five teams, Florida State, who did not make the playoffs, is the only undefeated team out of that. Now, what the hell is the committee thinking? You see, this is the type of bullshit that people hate about the NCAA, okay? So the committee says, okay, we look for criteria. They created a list of criteria that these teams have to meet in order to make the college football playoffs, since there's only 4 spots. We look at wins and losses, record-wise. We look at strength of schedule, and we look at conference championships. All those 3 criteria go into determine who's in and who's out, okay? So Michigan, undefeated, 13-0, Big Ten championship, cool. Washington, undefeated, got their conference championship, cool. Texas and Alabama did or were not undefeated. Florida State, a Power 5 school, who didn't lose a game, won the ACC championship against a top 15 ranked team in Louisville at the time, is all of a sudden snubbed because the committee says we took into the fact that Jordan Travis would not be available for the game. Since when the hell did play availability factors into determining who gets in and who gets out? If that's the case, if Jordan Travis availability, if his injury impacted the team so much, then give him the Heisman. That means he is the Heisman winner of the 2023-2024 season. If his injury pushed Florida State down so much in the committee's eyes, he is the Heisman winner of this year. And people want to say, well, you know, we don't want a repeat of what happened with TCU getting slaughtered by Georgia in the national championship game. You know, you play the game to see what happens, right? You play the game to see what happens. The same TCU who was an underdog against Michigan to get into the championship game against Georgia. That's the same TCU that beat Michigan, right? The same Michigan that was favored. Oh, Georgia, who was also favored to beat Alabama, was a 5-point favorite, lost to Alabama in SEC championship. Oh, Auburn, a 23-point favorite over the sorry-ass New Mexico State, lost 31-10. Oh, Oregon, who was twice favored against Washington, a 10-point favorite over Washington in the conference championship, they lost to Washington again. You see what happens when you actually play the game and not look at it from a biased political standpoint? It is complete bullshit. It is travesty. And the committee continues to show that they do not know what the fuck they're doing. You have, 13, 14, 15 fossil fuels who probably never played a down of football in their life are determining the future of these college men. Most of them won't be able to go pro. Some of them, this is their only chance that they're going to get to say, I accomplished something at a very high athletic level. And the fact that you took it away from them because of what? Because you didn't know what the fuck you're doing? And for ESPN and all these analysts to come up with nonstop bullshit excuses to say, well, you know, Alabama deserved to be in. You can't leave a SEC team out the playoffs. Yes, you can. Based on the criteria that the committee says that they're judging these teams off of, Georgia did not meet that criteria. Neither did Alabama. My opinion, I think you could have left Texas off because in Alabama's case, they beat the number 1 ranked team, the back-to-back national champions, at a neutral site for the conference championship. You can make a compelling argument for Alabama to be in. But Texas, come on, 12-1. They didn't really have that much of a tough schedule compared to Alabama. People want to say, but whereas, look at FSU. I mean, they were the 55th ranked strength of schedule. They started the season off and played LSU, who was a top 5 ranked team at the time. The quality wins. They beat LSU. They beat Duke, who was ranked at the time, and they just beat a top 15 team in Louisville for the ACC championship. So when the hell did people want to start throwing all these other narratives to fit their bullshit point to keep Florida State out? This is ridiculous. A Power 5 school who went undefeated, never lost, got the conference championship, is left out, all because the committee is afraid that they don't want to see another repeat of TCU getting slaughtered in the championship game. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit, and this continues to degrade the integrity of the sport of college football. And you have all these old heads who are complaining, bitching, and moaning, oh my God, the transfer portal ruined, college football. Oh, NIL ruined college football. What about the fucking coaches who are leaving before the end of the season to go and coach another team at another university? You don't bitch and moan and complain about when they do it, but as soon as the players do something that's in the best interest for them, you bitch, moan, and complain. You see the complete double standard, the complete hypocrisy in the NCAA. And people want to say, well, it's a business and this and that. Take the business out of it. You're an amateur sports first. And the best 4 teams are the most deserving teams. And that is Florida State should be in there. Washington, automatic, should be in there. Michigan should be in there, and you got a case for Alabama over Texas, even though Texas did beat Alabama. But again, if we're going by the criteria that the College Football Playoff Committee has stated, they look for strength of schedule, wins and losses records, and conference championship. And the tiebreaker between Alabama and Texas was that Alabama had more quality wins over Texas. They beat LSU, they beat Ole Miss, they beat Georgia, they beat Tennessee. That should have been the tiebreaker. Even though you guys beat Alabama, they got a better strength of schedule than you guys. And Alabama has gotten better while Texas is a little bit up and down. But there was no reason whatsoever to keep Florida State out of the college football playoffs. It is a complete travesty what happened to them. And, thank God that next year they're going to go expand it to 12 teams, I believe. So none of this bullshit, none of this politicking will happen. But let me know what you guys think about Florida State being robbed of a chance to play in the college football playoffs, all because Jordan Travis got hurt and the committee did not want an expected blowout to happen. Leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.